Hello, I'm around 30-year-old, newly diagnosed with autism, specifically Asperger's syndrome, because that's what they use in the Swedish old system, but they haven't replaced it. And this is maybe my first video on the channel. Probably will be. And I get like a sort of stage fright or something. It's like my mind's empty. I just want to talk about, sort of introduce myself, because I want to start making videos and kind of create a community. So I had a bunch of thoughts before I started recording the video, but as soon as I start recording I just feel very awkward, because it's so new to me, and it's like a wall in my mind to the things that I was thinking about talking about. As you can see, probably get from the video, I kind of like just walking in nature. Not that I do it as often as I wish, but I thought that this is a good opportunity for me to sort of do two things that I like at the same time. Like, I meant more like get started on this video recording project and go for a walk. I think I have sort of difficulty capturing like exactly what I mean with words. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to make the sort of YouTube content that I want, if that is the case. I guess it's just about practicing. Like, it can only get better from practice, right? So, what is the point? Like, I'm quite annoyed by my iPhone that I'm recording this on, because I can't open the Note app while using the camera app, because as soon as I switch app it stops the recording, which is just super stupid. Like, does no one that records videos read the notes? That seems like a very obvious use case. I can understand that you don't want your phone to like record long videos while you think you have closed the app, but like, why can't I? Oh shit. Okay, I think I figured out that because I'm using low battery power mode, it can't run apps in the background, and that might be what's going on. So I guess I can try live in the video to see if that's the case. No, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I just checked and my phone is not in low battery mode, low power mode. It's weird because there is like an icon for video is recording at the top of the screen, but as soon as I tried switching apps, it stopped recording. Anyway, so I guess I have to like improvise and try to recall from memory. Well, what can I guess I'm here to talk about me to an extent. And in so doing, maybe find people that are similar. So where do I begin? I don't know. That's probably a thing. I mean, it's a thing for me, for sure. But it might be an autism thing. That's... it's like concepts in my mind. The thing is like... the thing I'm trying to describe is the thing that stops me from being able to express the problem. So it's very hard to describe, but I'm trying my best to put it into words. The thing is that it's hard for me to put concepts into words because in my mind they are more like they're like not like words at all. It's more like geometry or shapes or something, but not really that either. It's not like, okay, it feels like I can only explain it by analogies, like different metaphors or whatever. So I guess that's what I'm gonna try to do. It feels like concepts are in me more like feelings or body sensations or geometry or images or networks, nodes and graphs, sort of. And when I think about certain things, now it's very windy. Sorry about that. I'm not sure if the microphone picks that up. God dang it, what was I saying? Like when I think about concepts, they sort of feel like oh my god, wind. When I think about concepts, they feel like a big blob of different things, and it's like sort of difficult because words are very specific, and in my mind it's more like kind of like waves or landscapes. So it's like it's really difficult when it's so different kind of language in my mind and the language that I communicate through, or that we sort of need to communicate through, or is the best way we know how to communicate through. And what is the point with this? I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's just descriptive of how I feel, which can be valuable in itself. And I guess that's also the thing with me. It's like, it's not necessarily that everything has a purpose, like I'm doing things for specific motives. It's more like I often describe things, and that's like sort of how I move, rather than sort of acting goal oriented. But still I can like act and meet my own needs, especially if it's like small concrete actions, then it's easy. But as soon as it becomes a big picture, then it's hard to sort of grasp that for me. And by big, I can mean like even things that are interpretable in many ways, and not necessarily things that involves many steps or anything. Maybe I should just stop the recording and see if the audio is okay, because it's annoying if I do all this recording and it just nothing comes through, you know. I'm sighing because I don't know why I'm sighing. I just know I feel a kind of hopelessness, and that I have like multiple thoughts at once in different directions. So a part of how my mind works is that it's like different brains thinking in different directions at the same time, sort of, and I'm sort of I'm kind of unable to coordinate them, and maybe that is like a sort of autistic thing. So it's kind of weird, because my original intent was kind of to make short videos that are like highly descriptive, but now I'm making a long and kind of maybe not vague, but at least slow video, because that's just the speed that I'm sort of expressing at. And maybe that's fine. Maybe I should just learn to be okay with that. Maybe I'm just compensating otherwise. Gosh. I don't know how to even record a video when it's so windy. I really just hope it comes through. So maybe it's hard to understand, but apparently my during my autism assessment there was like intelligence sort of test, and apparently I was quite high in one of the aspects and not particularly low in any aspect. And when I say not particularly, I mean below average. The only thing that was like pretty much clearly below, at least slightly below the average, was what they call the tempo, I think. Maybe cognitive tempo, I'm not sure. Tempo at least of some kind. And I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I guess it's just easier to me to like deal with the thing that's in front of me than like sort of generating responses. So like during the test, I had to like do sort of a bunch of tiny challenges or games or assignments, and they were like mostly not about okay, how do I say this? I was doing good at the things that didn't involve me speaking or writing things down on a paper. There was a bunch of tasks where I just had to like point out what was logical or show that I understood certain patterns, and that was very easy for me. There was a bunch of tasks about sort of defining concepts, and I was doing all right at those as well, like even above average. But then I was sort of average at memory and below average at tempo. So my overall, like, now I'm going to say this in terms of IQ scores, but I'm not even sure if this is exactly IQ. It's not obvious to me that this was an IQ test, but it seemed like an IQ test, and that is sort of how it has been described to me in some contexts, as this is actually an IQ test. And what can I say? Okay, so the actual numbers was that I landed around, I think, 108 in like normal IQ. Then there was like the logical and visual parts, and that was like around 130 IQ or whatever. It's like, of course it's not the total IQ if it's just the visual aspects, but that thing in separate was like what I understood, like 1 in 100 sort of performance or something. If I remember correctly. Which is kind of cool. I'm not even sure why I'm saying this. It kind of feels like I'm trying to boast about my IQ or something. I guess I'm just trying to make sense of... I'm trying to make sense of myself. Like, just speaking about the actual numbers I got feels like a sort of point that can show me sort of who I am or something. Like, that's the thing with all these tests. It's like making an autism assessment or a personality test or whatever. Okay, I am ranting. Maybe I should try to summarize myself first. Okay, I have done Myers-Briggs test and multiple times, and often I get INFP, which stands for introvert, intuitive, feeling, and prospective, I think. Which is sort of 4 skills or dimensions of a personality that I guess a person called Myers-Briggs invented. And what about that? Well, yeah, that together with like autism and other sort of tests, like IQ tests, they feel like they sort of specify who I am in a sense that I can't really easily pinpoint myself. So in that sense, I really like doing sort of using sort of statistical approaches to like figuring out who I am. And I think that is sort of due to being very detail oriented. Like if I can see every task individually, but it's not like I would naturally figure out that my IQ in rotating shapes or whatever is very high. Compared to like others, like I don't know. It just somehow it feels meaningful to get these sort of insights that I wouldn't like figure out because I just seeing the things that are very tangible, sort of. I think that's how I work, at least. And a lot of this is like struggle with. Sorry if it's windy. I think that a lot of this is a struggle with something called mentalizing, which is that sorry, I think it's a bunch of sounds. Mentalizing. I probably struggle with mentalizing, which is like the ability to sort of sense within myself sort of how things are. And I think I can be very vague and such in my speech and directionless. So sorry about that. This is a very long video. It's actually quite funny because I've tried to make these videos kind of like this, and I never had like a topic that I keep myself to. It's more like wandering across concepts, and that's really how my minds work. It's not like, oh, now I am in this box, in this category. It's like there are no categories in my mind. It's kind of spooky, I guess. I don't even know if it's spooky. It's just how it is for me, I guess. And that's the thing I keep like saying, I guess, because I'm not quite sure what I feel about things in general. Even though I feel emotions quite strongly, I don't know what they mean in words. If that makes sense. I might understand the concept in my mind. Gosh darn it. Everything sort of floats in my mind. Well, at least I'm sitting down right now, which might help. Maybe I struggles. Maybe I struggle with expressing myself when I'm moving. No, I don't think that's the case. I think I'm just trying to pinpoint things, and maybe failing, maybe not failing at sometimes. Gosh darn it. I think I'm a very open-minded person, and that might sort of limit me. Because I don't stop thinking about things. It's more like things sort of fade away in the background, so I lose track of them. No clear boundaries, just ebbs and flows of concept streams. Well, maybe this is at least a good practice. Yeah. It's weird, I can't or I can look into the camera, but I really kinda just don't want to look into the camera. Because it feels like looking into someone's eyes. And I'm not even sure that that's particularly bad. I don't know, it's more like if I look away, then it feels like my sort of I can sort of zone into my own mind rather than be captured by all the impressions. I guess I'm like shutting out the world sort of, and then I can think more. This is gonna be the most popular YouTube video on YouTube for sure, also. Everyone will understand me. It's kind of weird how I don't like irony at all and still make a claim like that. It just feels like I get into the flow of like what other people say. And then it's like their thoughts live inside me. And I can't really make out like what's my thought and what's other people's thoughts. I think that's like a part of the sort of mentalizing struggles that I have, where it's not apparent like where thoughts originate for me. And I guess like my only approach to solving things is just slowing down. That's probably why I have a low tempo on the cognitive tests, the IQ tests. I just rather like take it slow and like figure out how it actually works, rather than rush through things and be mediocre. Maybe this is like slow TV, like watching trains. You know, like they videotape like the front view from a train, so you just go through landscapes, or like there's like these slow TV shows where you follow cameras in the forest of moose or other just animals, and it's sort of a live feed sort of things without cuts, and I guess this is sort of similar. Maybe there can be appeal for this sort of content on YouTube, and I'm not sure if like I said a lot of times, whether the wind is ruining the audio, but I hope not. And maybe this can be like some sort of ASMR YouTube channel. That's kind of ridiculous. Like, I guess for me it's just not very clear what anything is or should be, so it's sort of like I can find appeal of things between categories that are already established. Like, it's more like others concepts are like guiding points rather than anything that is real. It's not, concepts aren't real. When I say concepts right now, I mean like words. Like, there can be sort of fuzzy or vague, can be interpreted in many ways often. And I think that's like why I don't necessarily like words that much. Because like in my mind it's more specific than the words I'm using. The words are just like the current best estimation of the feelings I have in my mind. Maybe I should just move out into the forest, like it's so peaceful. Society is just too much, man. I mean, especially now when it's starting to get summer, you can just live outdoors without freezing or whatever. It's so annoying because I can't really hold on to concepts because I find them vague. But that also applies to my own projects. And that's a thing with like openness, I guess, that I constantly just see different possibilities rather than commit to things, which is probably sort of a hallmark of inabilities with executive function, right? Because that's like a common struggle I have heard within both ADHD and autism. And I should specify right now that we're on the topic of ADHD, that during my diagnosis we did an ADHD assessment as well, or at least an initial assessment, and apparently I do not have any form of ADHD. I had like 2 or 3 out of like 9 aspects of ADHD maybe, and that's not enough for either the attention deficit nor the hyperactivity. And it's kind of clear to me that I am. It's not normally the case that I am hyperactive. And I wouldn't often classify what my behavior is as impulsive either. Maybe it's at times, but it's kind of weird because I sort of had in mind that maybe my struggles was with attention. And deficits in it. But then again, like I guess if I can just do the IQ test well, then it's not really that. Maybe it's a memory thing then. Like I can't hold I have a rich mind and I can't hold it all in memory at the same time. Rather than attention, I'm not even sure what the boundary between attention and memory, lack of working memory, where that is. Now I kind of lost all trains of thoughts, and maybe that's fine. I can wait. Something will arrive, some sort of thought and direction, I guess. maybe my videos will be like super. It's like multiple hours of me just like speaking with myself in nature. I guess that could be a kind of cool vibe. I don't know. I guess that's a fair type of content. I don't know. Or maybe it's like hyper specific so no one will actually see it. Or maybe it's more like I should be just posting multiple times because that's probably more relevant for the algorithm or whatever. I think it's kind of cool with YouTube because it seems like you can just like start making content and YouTube's algorithm kind of finds an audience for you. I've tried multiple times creating channels and that's just so cool if it can just find relevant people. Like because that's one of my biggest struggles I feel like right now. It's just connecting with people, I guess. And it's not like I don't relate to people, it's just that struggle with some sort of long-term communication, and that's probably due to my communication style, which is probably quite unbalanced. I sort of feel like I had to warm up for an hour to even start speaking. And also the fact that it's like really hard for me to tell what is sort of me when I'm in a conversation with other people. So it's better that I just go away and start speaking when I'm alone, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, no, I think that is the case actually. That might be more productive. this is just what life's about, just ramble. Well, I guess I'm gonna end the video. I need to pee. I'm gonna go out in the forest and I'm gonna pee. So, I should probably have something to say by the end of the video. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. It would take a while to me to figure out what to say. I guess this is a good enough sort of way to part ways. So, thank you for if you were listening. Obviously, if you hear this, you're listening. So, thank you for. It's the wind here. Okay. Thank you for taking your time and listening to me rambling in the forest. Yes, that's it. So maybe I should look into the camera. This is how I look when I look into the camera. And hopefully I really need to figure out something to say. Like, hopefully you will watch another ramble in the future from me or something. Like, I don't even know what I feel about this. Okay, I'm gonna sit down and continue rambling. How do I feel about trying to get people to watch my videos? Like, I don't want to force anyone to watch my videos. This is so ridiculous. I guess just to take your time to communicate with me. Yeah, just like write something in the comments. You can really write about anything that you find interesting. If there was anything interesting in this video, you can take that up in the comments. You can even like respond with making your own videos. That would be really cool. But you should then just link that to me then in the comments, because else I'm not gonna find it. What else? I don't know, like if you wanna know my intents, it's just like I just wanna kind of find like-minded people and learn new things about myself and sort of find people like myself and yeah, I have some sort of idea that maybe I could find a community and I don't know, like work together with people somehow. That would be really cool. Sorry for being very vague. I guess that's it. Okay, I'm done. I really don't know how to end the video. So I guess what do you even like? I don't even know how to do it. I guess this is also an autism sort of thing. Oh. Okay. Maybe I should do like count to like 5 and then I'm like, okay, at 5 I'm gonna press the stop button on the recording and then it's over for real. Okay. I'm gonna start counting soon. I need to transition into this, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.